Hello. Well, what I've got here is I went down to Home Depot and I bought in one of the hardware aisles. I bought this piece of metal that's bent at a 90-degree angle, and it's got two big holes here. What that's for, what I bought this for, is so that I could mount my camera on it sideways for when I shoot panoramas. Now, the reason why I need this is because it puts it to where the lens is almost above the axis where it turns, like this. With the standard tripod, what happens is you can turn the camera on the side through here, but what happens is the camera flips out like this, and this is where the axis is. So the camera rotates around like this, and each shot is at just a little bit different angle. So when you're doing a panorama and you try to stitch it up, it makes it real hard for the software to stitch it up seamlessly. And with this, it's mounted here, it's put on here, and it's almost perpendicular. Not perfect, but a lot closer than flipping the tripod thing up and out. Now, the way this is constructed is very simple. Cost me about $6 in parts. I went and I bought in the little bins that they have with all the little nuts and bolts. You just the slide out drawers. You go looking through there, and what I found is I found a 1/4 inch bolt like this with a wing nut attached on the top like this. And what that does is, and now I've wrapped some tape around this because the metal is pretty sharp here, and it also keeps it from scratching up the bottom of my camera. So the way this works is I put this other wing nut on here like so, and I thread it on, and I thread it back just a little ways, and then I take my camera, and this is the mounting bolt on that, and I put this, and what I did is this has another hole here, just like this, a hole here and here, and after I wrapped the tape, I just felt for the hole, and then I just pushed the bolt through it. So anyhow, I'm going to push the bolt through it with the other wing nut attached to it, and push it through here like so. And see, you see it protruding through there just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my camera, and I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just going to thread this into the bottom. I just give it a few turns, and then I actually do the tightening with this other wing nut here. And on my camera, I have to be kind of careful of my little screen here that it's not going up against this. But anyhow, just a few turns, snug it up, and then I have this little hole right here for the tripod mount goes here, and I bought an extra wing nut. In fact, it came in the package just like this, so I have even two more extra ones that I didn't need. Anyhow, here's the wing nut, and that goes down on top, and the screw, the bolt from the tripod goes up like this, and I just tighten it down, and that puts it to where this axis is real close to being centered. Now, to make it perfect, where the lens comes into a convergence is just about like right here. That should actually be centered over this, and the lens should be centered over the hole. But this is only about an inch, maybe an inch off at most. So for most of us, this will do just fine. I looked on eBay and I found little brackets like this for, I think the cheapest one I found is like $99. This thing here cost me $5. The other hardware probably cost me another $2 for $7 altogether. The bad thing is I was walking down the aisle and I found such a great deal on these damn flashlights, and that's just my weakness every time I go to Home Depot. Anyhow, this is a $7 panoramic attachment, and I think you can make one too. I forgot to include the price of the tape, but I already had some tape laying around, so anyhow. If you wanted to, you could actually take some sandpaper and buff this out really good and paint it all up, make it look nicer. But for all intensive purposes, this was just fine for me. It worked out just great. Thank you very much.